you know, we bash the Irish were bashed terribly and so forth. Everybody gets bashed if they come into an established area. So that will happen to them, but it won't be as bad as if you just bring those 2 chickens in and throw them to the wolves. And then everybody's going to hound them and peck them and make life miserable. They'll survive it. They won't kill them, but it'll be kind of grim for a while. So if you just do the cage first, and then if you can't even do that, then put them on the perch at night, and that will lessen the problem. Any other questions? Yeah. As big as you can. As big as they want your whole yard. I mean, you won't have much yard left, but it'll be well tilled. The question is how big a run for. You see what I got, but I got a lot of chickens. And but you want to have it where they can get away from each other. They really like sometimes just go off and be by themselves and take a nice dust bath and not somebody come and run them out of it. You know, and so in the coop itself, if you have how many chickens? Okay, 6 chickens. 6 chickens. You could have a coop maybe the size of that little building right there, and that would be wonderful. That gives you place for the nest boxes and the nighttime perch, and have your perches. You know, thank goodness we're not in snow country. You don't have to put Vaseline on your rooster's comb so they won't get frostbite at night. One more job we don't have to do for chickens. But we do get cold winds and we do get cold. So we have a solid wall behind the back of our perch, our nocturnal perches and sides.
We're watching the show.
Yeah. Well, it's chick TV. So you want to keep the wind off them and the rain off them. That's the main thing. So where they sleep should be dry and nice. And then you want shade in the hen house and you want sun because they have to have the vitamin D. You notice those of you who already have chickens in August at noon, they're out lying in the sun like this with their wings out, wings spread out and their legs spread out. They are soaking it up in black hens, you know. They're soaking it up. It's that vitamin D. That's what they need, and so do we also. Just as an aside, we should all go out at noon, real noon, not fake noon. At noon, take off most of your clothes and get 15 minutes of full sun. Go to a light pink. Don't burn. Just go to light pink. Do that 3 times a week. Your immune system will thank you for it, and you won't be sick ever. Same thing with chickens. Yes, ma'am. Right now, not for long. Chicken what? Yeah, that's right. Scratch, yes. Scratch, that's it. Yeah. That's good. Well, she wants to know the proportion of scratch to hen pellets and stuff like that, and how often should she feed them, how much. They, you know, if they are bored, they're just like people. They're bored, and they have no TV. They're going to eat constantly, all day long, just eating. That's their big thrill. And they want her to give them the scratch all the time, because that's sugar. Everybody wants sugar. You know the problem we're having. They're just like people. So what you do, and generally what I do is I have the mash available to them at all times. But I also have something interesting for them to do, like go out here and go to work looking for worms and things. And then I bring them greens in. Now this is going to be difficult unless you have a garden. If you have chickens, it's almost mandatory that you have a garden also. And in the winter you grow them lots of greens. And because that's going to make the eggs incredibly good. Delicious. So you're going to have your garden next. You're going to get off the crack. You're going to get your garden. Everybody's going to be healthier in your yard. So what I do on the scratch is I give that to them in the afternoon. And the way it works is this. Okay, I'll open the gate. Get that little, I have that, you know, it may have noticed a little circle of wire right inside the gate. That's the entry. That's so that I can open the gate and get in there without having 100 chickens at me, you know, because they're also delighted to see me. They want to come up and do whatever. So I get all that out and so forth, and then I let them all out. And they go 90 miles an hour over to that fig tree. It's just dust going everywhere. It's just a big deal. They're very excited. They're flying overhead. They're just doing everything. Okay, but then I'm still there, and so yes, ma'am.
No, I was going to say, I thought you were going to one more question.
Oh yeah. Then Rusty comes up to me and starts looking at me. All right, where is it? Where is it? He wants the crack. So I go in and I get the crack, the scratch, out of the deal. The trash can's hold my feed. I get it out, put it out there, and then they're all back because they heard the word went out. The scratch is there. I mean, they love it. It's sweet. It's sugar. So I would limit it because that's not going to make the eggs great. But it gives them energy in the winter. I give them more scratch in the winter because it's carbohydrate, it's sugar, and it helps keep them warmer. In the summer, I back off on it. I give them more mash because the mash is the protein and all the calcium and all that stuff, and that's what they need to make eggs. This is about making eggs. It's not about making Mary. So that's about what I do. One more question. Yes. If they had sex and I let them hatch out and everything, well, I'd probably get a rooster first. And who knows? I had my last favorite rooster was white with a rose comb, and his father was a silver lace Wyandotte. They have the rose comb, and they're black. And but he was white like his mother, who was a Leghorn. And so you just never know. They're half-breeds. I really don't like to do that. I mean, it'd be interesting, but I really like knowing that's a white Leghorn and that one's a red sex leg, that one's a long. But they will mix up. They will mate with each other. They don't care. They're universal. One sharp one. Probably so. Those roosters. That's another problem. Oh. Well, you may have mites. Well, mites is a little tiny bug that'll get in, and it likes to get right there, right at the back, right before the tail, because the chicken can't really reach there, and it will loosen the feather, and they'll all fall out. Well, it's kind of like lice. It's mites, M-I-T-E-S. Well, if you go to Callahan's, one time I had mites and I went to Callahan's and I said, Frances, I've got mites on my chickens. What do you do? Oh, we got just the thing. She led me right over to this jar, this bottle. It was malathion. My God, spray that on my chickens? Well, yeah, that'll kill the mites. Oh, yeah, I guess it will. Kill the chickens, ruin the eggs. Well, just read the ingredients. Sometimes it's better to have mites than black liquid gunk in your eggs. Usually it'll go away. Just make sure that you have, I don't have a clean hen house. I don't clean my hen house, but maybe twice a year just to harvest the poop for the compost pile. But make sure that you have enough nests and that you have enough space. I think concentrate on making a good life for them, a good habit for them, and then maybe you won't have a lot of problems, and maybe those will go away. Flies. Diatomaceous earth, he had flies. You had flies in the hen house. I don't use diatomaceous earth. Yeah, I won't use diatomaceous earth because it's bad for you to breathe and it's bad for the chickens to breathe. It'll cut your lungs up, and then your lungs will be bleeding, you'll be dead. So don't use that. It's real sharp. But for flies, keep a litter in your hen house. Keep straw, keep dried leaves, anything. That will keep the fly population down, and make sure they have a run, and make sure they have a lot of room. And if you notice, I have the poop when they roost at night falling outside of the hen house. They poop a lot at night. That's a major poop. You look over in that little pen over there, that cage, you'll see poop where the boss chicks sleep. So if you can keep the poop out of your hen house, that's good. You don't have to do anything about it. But they go around and work that, of course. That's a great place to find bugs. But that's it's nice we're ending on the poop question. But flies will go away. The only time you'll have flies, if you're properly keeping a nice litter in there, the only time you'll have flies is when it's really rainy weather and hot. And then the fly population just, flies just come. And that's the only time that hen house smells, when it's just rain after rain after rain and hot. And you have to wait till it dries out to put any more litter on it, or more hay or anything. You really have to. But that's when it smells, and that's when you have flies. The rest of the time it just smells like magnolias to me. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you so much.